in the mission house. I have stayed in the mission house for the past 3 years. Water have never flowed in my house. As a vice president, every day you see cars driving, and major sickness that is driving this community in the constituency is typhoid. As a vice president, because of the water situation we have over here, we want to appeal to you. From now to December, something can be done. Something can be done. And in the near future, when God grants you the opportunity to become the president, if God grants you the permission, then you can upgrade what you have done from now to December, and then from January going, when God grants you the opportunity, what you can add up to the water situation. The Vice President, if we are taking you across the municipality, I have never seen any good road in this municipality. The Vice President, I brought Mercedes-Benz to this municipality. Within 1 year, it has deteriorated to the fact that the Mercedes-Benz have to be sold at a low cost. Everything has been damaged, and we are facing that road issues over here. As a vice president, we know that over the years, this constituency have been voting for the NDC and the parliamentary candidates. As a vice president, we want to plead with you. We are all parts of Ghana. So whether the constituency votes for the NDC or not, or they vote for MPP or not, we want to appeal to you. This is a special appeal from the clergy fraternity to you. These two major issues, I want you to do something for us. Last thing is the vice president. Last thing is the vice president, as I've said, but I cannot have this opportunity without asking for something small from you as a vice president. As I've said, this place, as we are sitting as a vice president, has become, it is a strategic point for any major meeting, and therefore anybody, anything you want to do from the municipality, we have to close church early so that the program can even come. But today we have MP happen, and when the vice president is coming, even though it's MPP, parliamentary and then presidential candidate, and the vice president meeting stakeholders from the community, how can we suspend our 1 day, 2 day program? So we have to stop it to the vice president. We have to stop it for the sake. So we want to appeal to you. This one, you have to add it to your response. Assist us to complete this project. Thank you very much.
Hello. Party faithfuls, as you've been told earlier, this meeting is for our key stakeholders in this constituency and by extension this municipality. We want to beg of you, His Excellency the Vice President, our flag bearer, and by the grace of God, our incoming President, is your person. We appreciate you welcoming and giving him the chance and appellations. But please, do well to keep it on the quiet so that we'll be able to listen to our stakeholders. You find me? One part of the Shiva. Part of the Yake, the France, whatever what's any, whatever they're doing. The Bolivia, in part is a 4 or small. See, what I feel one not to a woman, woman, Chennai, war or software, war immense, or Buffy, Tony Tafrache, Koni no I say, I loaded it for more Abashifio, Konika Bewe, you won't know. Also, I want to thank you. You spoke very, very well. I really like that. But as you were acknowledging the good things that we've done, I was expecting that at least the road from home to this place, say there's no one single good road here. I know the state of that road before we assume office. And I'm sure next time when you have the opportunity on the pulpit, you tell the clergy, your congregation, what we have done. Again, the road from here going to Tema is under construction. And that road has been there ever since. We are doing it now. The fire idea.
Thank you, Chairman. So I humbly invite Sheikh Imam Said Mukhtar, a rep from the Imams.
I greet everyone here present, and I will wish to stand on the existing protocol and go directly to give the message from the Katamansu Chief Imam in the presence of Al-Haji Saeed Abdullah. He is actually my namesake. He actually asked that we extend his regrets for not being able to come to this particular gathering. And Your Excellency, this should go directly to you. I will also take the privilege of being in front of you today, speaking to you directly. And I think this is a privilege for me, because you have been standing behind me in the police mosque, as well as the Dar es Salaam mosque. But today, I will kindly I will kindly beseech you, let me face you directly. In the mosque, we all face Allah, but in this case, I'm going to face you to talk to you directly. Please give me that opportunity. Jazakallah khair. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, Your Excellency, Al-Haji, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the distinguished flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party and the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, esteemed members of your entourage, respected stakeholders of our community, all present here today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of the Muslim community and all gathered here today, it is my great honor to extend our warmest and most heartfelt welcome to Your Excellency and your delegation. We are truly grateful for this opportunity to engage with you on such an important occasion. And we acknowledge the profound significance of your visit. First and foremost, we give thanks to Almighty Allah for blessing us with the historic moment to witness the election of the first ever Muslim presidential candidate from one of the largest political parties in Ghana since our independence. Indeed, this is a testament to Ghana's commitment to democracy, unity, and inclusiveness, where people of diverse backgrounds can rise to the highest office in our land. Your Excellency, as you embark on this journey of dialogue with the electorate, we are reminded of the weighty responsibility this engagement holds. It is indeed a social contract you are entering into with the people of Ghana. By seeking our trust and support, you are committing to uphold the hopes, aspirations, and welfare of all the nation and the citizens. We therefore urge you to treat this contract with the utmost sincerity, honor, and dedication, as it will shape the future of our beloved nation. In the event that Almighty Allah, inshallah, grants you the victory in the upcoming election on the 7th of December, and you are called to serve the presidency of Ghana, we Ghanaians will look to you to fulfill the constitutional mandates set forth in Articles 35, 36, and 37 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. These articles emphasize the duty of the government to improve the life condition of all citizens and to foster national unity. It is our collective hope that you will initiate policies and programs aimed at alleviating poverty, promoting development, and ensuring the prosperity of every Ghanaian, regardless of their background. We also expect that under your leadership, appointments to government will be made based on meritocracy. Our country is rich with talented, capable, and dedicated individuals, and we trust that you will select people who are not only qualified, but also committed to serving the national interests. In addition, we urge you to strengthen state institutions, enhancing their capacity to deliver essential services to the people and ensuring that they respond swiftly and effectively to the needs of all citizens. Your Excellency, one of the most pressing issues facing our dear nation today is the problem of illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey, which has devastated our environment and polluted our water bodies. This scourge has not only deprived us of fertile agricultural lands, but also threatened our access to clean water, a basic necessity of life as captured in SGD Goals 6. We are eager to hear from you, Your Excellency, on what concrete steps you intend to take to address this critical issue and to restore the integrity of our natural resources for the benefit of future generations. We, the Muslim communities, have full confidence in your leadership. It is this confidence that has brought us here today in response to your call. Your Excellency, we believe in your vision and your ability to lead our nation towards greater prosperity. And we are hoping that you will prove to Ghanaians, and particularly the teeming Muslim communities, that you are a leader who will serve all with fairness, justice, and compassion. As you continue on this important journey, Your Excellency, we pray and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants you the strength, the divine guidance, the protection, and the success. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ تُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتَنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُعِزُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرُ إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Allah says in the translation of that verse, believe and draw in this saying, when Allah told the Prophet Muhammad, say, O Muhammad, O Allah, you are the owner of sovereignty, and you give sovereignty to whomever you wish. Quran 3:26. May Allah give you the strength, wisdom, and fortitude to lead Ghana towards peace, progress, and unity. And may your efforts be crowned with success for the benefit of all Ghanaians. Once again, Your Excellency, we thank you for the time and engagement with us. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Maui Rano, and if I may, here or share is Ake, she pointed me on Ake. I mean, 5 years, she or Vice President, Kiampo Traditional Council, ni Ofosu Publi, evaluate my Ashaiman, you never give this up here.
You are Mr. Vice President, Honorable Minister. And I don't be strong to live up here, become a judge and a fan. In way, a book will be better. She may be a book by fan. Okay, what need that there were 2 million. Yeah, Abba, we're told what I imagine. Can't play what we the fake about here. Never knew to be what we will do. What you know about with a party cover YouTube. It's a war. Methodist usofo sade ni wo ba yi ebi ni yemo etawo ntu wo ye wo yi chita wo agbe ka ko fi no ko Sanoji keto wo NPP government me you know do me wo ye o clinic shibia ne ajeda wa wo ekwesa Jerry esawo ni aje sisi baabu si agbena no wo mo peji amagbena na ke hawo abebo mo de tamo agbe wo di pede ba yi lele wono kadi ake bi baba o ne wo to road ne ke ba ko eyin si MPP da be le yi no aye gbe no na atu ne bomode odo ba sikadi oto wo municipality ani ke ya Apollonia gbeke Katamaso gbeke ebi mi chako bi ere no ke ya wo gbede gbe ni ode ni eyin kula ni wole ake ni ni tesisi ni nru nye ba fi ni awo ni wona ba no ni wo papa so fo UFA eyin e pa loko mi no eyin e pa ile kaji eyin e pa e ba ke je bi ofufu obi ni gbe oji ni obi wọ́n yẹ bọ́lé iṣu nínú hawọ́ hẹ́bí àpòyẹ̀kò màrẹ́ nàkàsàlẹ̀ wọ́kẹ́ àwọn original minister ní a5 ìlànà jẹ́ ní wọ́kẹ́ hàn lẹ́ ní a àkàṣì ṣe ètú ẹni òdògbà ṣe dáná wọn kọ́ akẹ́kẹ́ òyà nùgbọ̀gbọ̀dùkẹ́ wọn ló tọ́ yóò sì bí ẹ̀ sàlọ̀ kọ́ yóò mọ̀ fẹ́ aṣọ èyí mẹ́nẹ̀ wọ vice president ní ẹ̀kyẹ̀ yẹn yẹn wọ́n kẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀ akẹ́wọ̀ original minister ẹ̀kọ́ sàlẹ̀ náà ẹ̀gbẹ́ nù akẹ́ ìbáfẹ́ yẹn hàn Shimo lawo mene de ba se die wo kele ake ibo modeli ewu wori na mistake ni atuwe ni ake hawo papa so fo yu no go lele gbogbo ba aka ko ma ni NPP ni go da si bi ko me fi afi bi ko mo o fi afi ni wale ni William Ofusu Asante Mori mọ̀rẹ́ mi ní gbàdí ní òfòsú òbí ní wọ́n ẹ̀bìnì ìbátàdé ní kébé wọ́n ní ilẹ̀ kàbíkì èlò dárí màá bí àhínbẹ́ bàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní bàá kẹ́ sẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ní NPP táwọ̀ fi bí bàbá owó ẹ̀ àmì ní bàá ṣẹ̀ lọ ìbá jẹ̀bọ̀ ní wọ vice president mọ̀ ní bàá yìí wọ̀nù 2025 kẹ́yà. Ìbájẹ̀bọ̀ ní ìkẹ̀kọ́ máa ń fẹ́ máa fi hàn ìwọ máa tàbí wọ̀dọ̀ ọmọdé tó ní lọ́rí fẹ́ náà ní káwọn ẹ̀kọ́ máa rẹ̀ ní wọ́n máa fi wọ́pọ̀ hàn wọ́n yóò sọ èdè ní bàbá o amẹ́lẹ́ bí ní wọlé lọ́nà máa yà mẹ́fì wọ́n dá mi ṣe ní káàkiri lọ́nà ọ̀kọ́ kẹjẹ September ní káàtà December àjọ àtúnwò ló kò yọkùnmí bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ìfi ọ̀tá kí mo àpò kí á máa bí ìfẹ́ wọ́n sọ wọ́n wílí ìsàlódò ní wílí yẹn fans ní máa bí ìsúná ìsàlódò ní wọ́n rí akẹ́ ìbátọ̀ wò nínú sẹ́ẹ̀ lórí NPP efo yẹ yẹ àwọn ènìyàn ní bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ìwọ̀n wọn pàdé fà ní wà wò ó ní wọ́n wọ́n wà nínú ìyá sẹ̀lẹ̀ sí ní ọjọ́ àbọ̀ màlẹ́ ìlú àgbà wọn. Oh please let's give it down for our Delay. Alright, so let's invite the National Association of Garages. The rep from the National Association of Garages, go to come and have just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, please.
Yo, Nanam, Lady Kennedy, and Indiana. We are just with and penny for Cremo for my baby, and Indiana. Afei mekasa ɛma wɔn a wɔbɛhyia mu ha nyinaa ɔnso mede anidie ma wɔn sese meba na mene mpanimfoɔ yi abɛka mepakyɛ wo chairman regional chairman constituency chairman, regional minister, mpanyinfo amaka, any ya kasa ofusu, also asante, yɛde yɛde deɛ mu. Yi nyinaa akyi no nso, deɛ abɛde kɛseɛ ma no paa ɛne hwan ɛne incoming President Muhammadu Bawumia. Yada mwase. How do you no, in fact, educational ministers, no, educational family, the penny for you are the patrol, almost all yellow man, young papa, monso, moka hungry, you film. Mekasa, Emma, Ghana National Association of Garages. Hana, first, your friend Kukumpi, the young penny for me, and him for a walk room, my own say. Ehon ye kokompi na mom eye ana yeda wase so mo so akire ye bibi etesa papa to de ball ya me boy goalkeeper awo anu monche no maye yede ye nim se every 1987 ba be si sangri na ehwa na ye receptors yɛde ba Ghana as a mechanic yɛho paa cars a ɛwɔ yɛn constituency nyinaa no yɛhɔ na wɔn ba na wɔn aba abɛyɛ wɔn cars nti yɛn nso yɛsombo yɛyɛ technicians sɛdeɛ amenim no afei yɛbɛtena hɔ no nea ɛwɔ hɔ mo bɛhu kɔkɔmpe anaasɛ Ghana hɔ sisi a adwuma bi a wɔ hɔ bia no yɛankasa na yɛdi ntoboa ɛne yɛde yɛyɛ one electricity yɛane yɛyɛyɛ pipes yɛane yɛtweeyɛ nneɛma bebree wɔ hɔ a yɛankasa na yɛayɛ mpo yɛfie a yɛasisi anaasɛ yɛ shop so a yɛayɛ nyinaa yɛankasa yɛbɔtɔm yɛanye sika mfiri obiara hɔ yɛde yɛnim sɛ aban Warrenstown ɛna ɔde yɛn baa sɛ yɛn bɛtena hɔ saa mmerɛ na yɛbɛtwa kwan akɔ ne ha hɔ nti yɛyie firi hɔ de yɛn bɛtena hɔ yɛde yɛn baayɛ no in fact yɛn nso yɛn ani gye first na obiara kwan pɛ sɛ ɔbɛba ha nanso onipa na yɛ adeɛ yie nti yɛ baayɛ ɛba bɛyɛ dɛn yɛbɛtena hɔ yɛatena ase a dumire bi a yɛ sɛ wɔn hɔ a ne yɛbɔ ohu yɛba bɛka mo yɛba bɛyɛ sei yɛba bɛ in fact ne di enyamɔ deɛ ma yɛtu anamɔ yɛn mpanimfoɔ a wɔn edi kan Ghana National Association of Garages no wɔn edi kan ba in fact wɔn ba bɛyɛ bibi ma yɛ na wɔn sese yɛn aw paa yɛwɔ sese ɛne yɛfrɛ bi sɛ regularization a TDC kakyɛ sɛ ɔregularize hɔ ama yɛ ɛhɔ. In fact, in the area, papa, the Panacho, TDC Amayan, letters, Yaya never be Amayan. The Omo Yano, in fact, Sikana Omoka yet, and no one got translate. But just recently, letters Viasaba said, yes, Sikana Omoka, Oma Asa Atutum, Yantiasia, the Omodima, and Brian Dimitria, nothing more Saturnia, not just say, at the higher. Yaba so ache enipa na ebebebe bi etam fie bebe samba yaba ne ye young ena ya ye nkokrafo ebi anya 70 years ne ade sese ye kofa sika wo yi na de atua sa sika wo no enti ye ka kire yen papa nse samo aba we eye ha a eso ye pese ye be sramo na sa asemi ya ne kai ye ko anase ye free ha e pamacho Monsanto Mokata, na muntu wana ho, na muni TDC for India, na muni omunka, Sabaya, Sikana form, na Yansu Yatini, and Fiasikano. Medamase, we didn't even say, Papa, quiet, and what he is from my. That's how you do. When you look at your mind, Obanyanza for your Univet, now you can ask them, Medamase.
Thank you very much. Before I move to my next speaker, I would like to acknowledge some traditional chiefs with us today. We have Ashaiman Mamprosi Chief. He's here with us with his entourage. Ashaiman Mamprosi Chief. We have the Ashaiman Dagomba Chief. He's also here with us. We have the Ashaiman Songa Chief. He's also here with us. And the Kumana is also here with us. We have the Polonia Dagomba Chief is also here with us. Then we have the Kotokoli Chief, who is also here with us. Choboy. All right, I have the singular honor to invite to the podium the incoming, the incoming member of parliament, William Ofosu Asante. William Ofosu Asante.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Members of the clergy, imams, all the stakeholders, including the team of Your Excellency. For the sake of time, may I be permitted to stand on the protocols. I stand here today as the hope of every child in Ghana. If today William Ofosu Asante sits right next to the incoming president and to be honored by my teachers, my fathers, my chiefs, my pastors, then it is possible for everybody to make it. And so, Your Excellency, ordinarily, I would like to exalt you and talk about how good you are and how good you have been to Ghana and the people of Bawumia. In fact, I would have loved to talk about the goodness of the MPP government. There's so much to talk about. An example is that, yes, our roads are in deficit, but at least all the major connecting roads are under construction. Not only to be constructed to single lane, but multiple lanes. Your Excellency, even what is beautiful is the fact that all these roads are surrounded by NDC constituencies, but the LPP never left us out. So the Aflawo stretch, Your Excellency, Katamanso, Ningo Pram Pram, Sege, Ada East, Ada West, all of them are NDC, but it's under construction into multiple lanes. Your Excellency, the Akosovo stretch from the Wotu runabout, Ashaiman NDC, Katamanso NDC, Ningo Pram Pram NDC, Sayo Sudoku NDC, Eshodaman NDC, still is under construction. Your Excellency, the Adenta stretch from Adenta, Katamanso, Sayo Sudoku, all NDC, still is under construction. So there is a lot to talk about. Health, education, name them. But Your Excellency, with your permission, I'd like to take a little exception. We believe in one thing for all the faiths, that it is God who makes kings. And therefore, and so it is okay that in all our considerations, we go on our knees and pray and seek the face of God. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, how about we ask God who the next president of Ghana should be? How about we ask God who the next MP of Katamansi should be? Or are we afraid to ask? Certainly, when we do, we will know that His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the next president of the Republic of Ghana. But, ladies and gentlemen, the choice of God is not always favorable. But if only we can heed, eventually we will give praise to God that we made the choice. And so, the choice may not have been your favorite. It may not be in your interest because of the perspectives. But, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, perhaps, if we mean well, let's look deeper. Let's think twice, and we'll know that His Excellency, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has been ordained as the next president of the Republic of Ghana. However, we don't just say a man is ordained and therefore out of the skies we drop him and make him the leader. This is where preparation meets opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not here to say I know Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a personal friend. No. But as a student, what I have come to learn is to research into their background. And with the greatest of respect, His Excellency has distinguished himself in every means, every way. And he has prepared himself, God has prepared him for such a time as this. And so, yes, the problems may be there. There will be challenges. There will be hurdles. But that does not take away the fact that the appointed must be given the opportunity. Katamanso is like the story or the narrative I have just given. William Ofusu Asante has been born here. I know the challenges, I feel it, I live it. But the fact that we were born into it and things were not okay doesn't mean when we grow, we should look on and watch things deteriorate further. Therefore, we are resolved to make it work better. And that is why I am here to plead with all of us that let's join our faith, let's join our belief together, and let's support William Ofusu Asante, the son of the land, and His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Your Excellency, finally, I would say, for the first time, Katamanso is ready, and we want to give you our nod. However, when we do, Your Excellency, myself included, they have promised me that they will give me the nod. Wow! The lives of over 600,000 population is at stake. Katamanso has become the biggest constituency in Ghana by population, and therefore, it is proper and expedient that we elect the right persons to occupy the realms of leadership. But when we do, Your Excellency, please remember us in paradise. For the first time, Katamanso is turning not for the LPP, but for the servant that God has appointed to lead the nation and to lead the constituency. And when we show you, not only the LPP stands to benefit, LPP stands to benefit, everybody, because all lives matter. It is possible that Katamanso will become the best constituency in the world. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
You can do that better. You can do it better. You can do it better. So, boy. And how you doing, Kaka? Is a person that is known to be humble, very respectful, is very creative and innovative. A ban say, yeah, creative policies are. There has never been any vice president like him. We call him the digital man, the man of the moment, the man of the moment, the man of the moment, the man of the moment. I have the privilege to introduce to you the next president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Alhaji
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Nime, Name, eminent clergy, the chief imams and imams who are here, our Zongo chiefs who are here, should I say, Nangefe. I'm so happy to be here today in Bawumia Katamanso constituency. As you all know, we are in an election season, and so I am going around every constituency in Ghana, all 276, because we will be voting on December 7th. And today, by the grace of God, I am in Bawumia Katamanso constituency. Wherever I go, wherever I find myself in any constituency, I hold a meeting such as this, which is the stakeholders meeting. This type of meeting, I know, has not been usual in Ghanaian politics. Usually politicians will go to a constituency and assemble their supporters and speak to them and then leave. But that is not what it's about. I believe that when I go into a constituency, I should listen to the stakeholders, the owners of the constituency, so that I can understand what are the issues, what are the problems that need to be solved. So when I come here, I have the chiefs who are here. I have the clergy, I have the imams, I have the garages, I have the nurses, the teachers, the beauticians, the artisans, so that I can hear from you. I can listen to you and also form my solutions from what I hear from you. Many, many people know that I am from Wale Wale in the northeast part of Ghana. And when I decided to contest as MPP flag bearer, many people said it wasn't possible. Many people thought the MPP will not vote for me to be leader of the MPP, because the MPP had never voted for somebody who was from the northern part of Ghana. We had normally voted for Akan candidates. But I believe, and I will always believe, that with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. And I believe that God can use anybody to change a country. We know of Cyrus in the Bible, the story of Cyrus in the Bible, and how from Babylonia he helped free the Jews to return to their motherland. And I therefore believe that God can use someone from Wale Wale to change Ghana. My heart and my soul is about Ghana. I want to move Ghana to a different level. Regardless of who you support, which political party you are, I believe that I can help lift Ghana to a new level. My heart is about supporting the poor and supporting the vulnerable in our society. They don't usually have a voice. They are weak. They don't know anybody. The poor suffer a lot because they don't know anybody. And so if you look at my track record in government and even before government, you will see that many of the things that I try to do, I'm trying to lift up the poor and lift up the vulnerable in our society. Today, I find myself as the patron of the lepers aid in Ghana, because the most excluded people in our country are the lepers. People don't even want to touch them. People want to keep them away. But they are very loved people in the eyes of God. And so I have dedicated part of my life to helping the lepers in Ghana. You look at my work with the Kayai, and these are also an excluded population, very abused on the streets. I said, let us build a center to train them to have alternative skills. And this is why we have a Kayai empowerment project. We have a hostel built in Ashaiman, another one in Medina, and we are training them. And every year we are able to bring out close to 10,000 of them trained in other skills so that they are working. I worry about people who suffer from sickle cell disease that we don't really pay attention to. And this is why I have championed the provision of hydroxyurea, one of the most effective drugs for sickle cell. I led the negotiation and we have brought it under the National Health Insurance for sickle cell people. This is also why I have championed the issue of dialysis for kidney patients. Because a lot of them, because of the nature of the disease, it's very expensive to do regular dialysis. And so under the National Health Insurance today, we have dialysis which is free for anybody over 60 and under 18. That is where we are going to. One of the things I love about our country, Ghana, is that we are a country of religious tolerance, peace and religious tolerance. In my own family, half of us, my father had 17 children, 9 of us are Christians, 8 of us are Muslims, right in my own family. And even though I am a Muslim, as vice president, I am also the patron of the Methodist Boys Brigade of Ghana. And this is what is beautiful about our country, that we are able to live with each other in peace and in tolerance. So if by the grace of God I become president of this country, I will be a president for all of Ghana. Whether you are Christian or Muslim, whether you are poor or rich, I will be a president for all. All of you know that in this election, we are 2 main candidates who are vying for the position of president. It is Dr. Bawumia and the former president. We are the 2 people. The former president has been president before. So we all know the record. He was president before, and Gon Katamanso knows his record in Gon Katamanso. Isn't it? You know his record. When he was there, he was vice president and then president. He told us all the meat was finished and we were left with the bones. Do you remember that? Because of the bones, even chalk in school was a problem. Chalk was a problem. Teacher training allowances were cancelled. Nursing training allowances were cancelled. We slept in Dumsor for over 4 years. 4 years. So many things were spoiled. Lives were lost in hospitals because of Dumsor. We had to queue for petrol. Queue for petrol. National health insurance was collapsing. The National Ambulance Service had collapsed. We were in dire straits. Teachers who worked for 3 years were paid 3 months' salary. And it was under these circumstances that when we went into the 2016 election, the former president was voted out of office. Because during his time, there was no COVID-19. There was no Russia-Ukraine war. There was no global economic crisis. But still, all the meat on the bone was finished. Oh, and we were left with bones. He couldn't manage. And at that time, in 2016, we in the MPP pleaded to the people of Ghana to give us an opportunity. And we said we were bringing transformational leadership. We said if you bring us into office, one of the key policies that we will bring to Ghana is free senior high school education. When we said we were bringing free SHS, the former president told us that it was a lie, that we were deceiving the people of Ghana, that it was 419, that it was not possible. But I said, with God, it is possible. We can do free SHS. For the last 8 years, we have done free SHS. The first time in the history of Ghana that you have free education at senior high school for every Ghanaian who is eligible. Every Ghanaian. First time. And so in the last 7.5 years, 5.7 million children, 5.7 million children have benefited from free SHS. It has been expensive, yes, but it has been worth it. If you look at it, when we came into office, the total enrollment in senior high school was 800,000. 800,000. Then we implemented free SHS. And after 7 years, it went up to 1.4 million. So 60 years of independence, the enrollment was 800,000. 60 years. After 7 years of free SHS, we've added 600,000. So it means that there were many children who were staying at home who could not go to senior high school because their parents could not afford it. What for me makes it very heartwarming is that today more girls are going to senior high school. Today more girls are going. Where before free SHS, more boys than girls were in senior high school. In 2016, for every 100 boys, we had 68 girls. Every 100 boys, 68 girls. 2023, for every 100 boys, we have 106 girls in senior high school. It means the girls have now overtaken the boys. And as our Reverend Minister was telling us, today, if you are looking for a housemaid, you'll find it difficult to find. Isn't that the case? Because their parents have come and taken all of them and put them in senior high school. Today, the performance of the students has gone up. In 2016, the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, the core 6 subjects, the pass rate was 45%. 45%. 2023, the pass rate is 64%. This is the highest ever since the WACC exam started. The highest pass rate ever. And when you look at it in the context of West Africa, the whole of West Africa, the WACC exams in 2023, the top 3 students in West Africa, number 1, number 2, number 3, were all from Ghana. We're all from Ghana. That tells us that our standards have gone up. Our standards have gone up. Then, what is also interesting is that the students today, in 2016, chalk was a problem in the schools. But today we are buying computer tablets to distribute to every single senior high school student. Everyone is getting a tablet, which will have all their textbooks. And we are also giving laptops to all teachers from kindergarten to senior high school. All of them are getting laptops. This is, very, very transformational. Art, STEM education we have done, and we have invested also, not in free SHS alone, we also have free technical and vocational education in Ghana. And we have invested 6 billion Ghana cedis in the last 7 years in technical and vocational education, because the world of work today is about skills. And we want our children to acquire the skills. We have equipped the technical colleges and universities, and we have equipped the vocational institutes with state-of-the-art equipment. So our children can go and learn and get certified in the trades. Our artisans can get certified. Today, we have restored the teacher training allowances that were cancelled. Today, we have restored the nursing training allowances that were cancelled. And today, the National Health Insurance Scheme has been uplifted. It has been strengthened. Today, it covers childhood cancer, it covers sickle cell, it covers dialysis for kidney problems. The ambulance service has been resuscitated. We now, instead of the 37 ambulances, we brought in 307 ambulances for the National Ambulance Service. You are seeing the doom zone is not there anymore. We are not queuing for petrol, notwithstanding the major global economic crisis that we have done. And as I said, if you look at the work our government has done, we've done a phenomenal amount of work in the midst of the crisis. It's not that we've done everything, no. We haven't done everything. But if you look at what we have done, no government in the Fourth Republic has done as much as we have done. No government has done as much. We have created more jobs, 2.1 million jobs, than any other government. Documented. We built more roads than any other government. More railways than any other government. More hospitals than any other government. More schools than any other government. More sanitation facilities than any other government. More public libraries than any other government. More courthouses than any other government. More equipment for the police and military than any other government. More fish landing sites than any other government. We built Elmina Harbour. We built Jamestown Harbour as well. We have brought so many policies, and that we have done. I know in Paul Katamanso, listening to you, your problems, the major problems are your water and your roads, as you have said. As I was listening, I called the director for the CEO for the Ghana Water Company Limited to understand what the problem really is. So he's sending his team here tomorrow to look at it. But my whole attitude is that God doesn't give us a problem without a solution. I believe that this problem is going to be solved, and I'm going to lead the solution to the water problem in Paul Katamanso. I'm going to make sure we solve this problem. I'm being told that we need to expand the pipes. Whatever we need to do, we are going to do it to solve this problem. And I'm going to be at the forefront to solve this water problem. And also to look at the roads as well, to continue with the work on the roads that is going on now. I will put my heart into this matter, and I've asked the Ghana Water people to report to me when they come tomorrow to do their assessment, so that we see what to do. I know that, Pastor, you also ask for support for your church, and I think that is a good way. Sometimes God brings people in front of you to give you the opportunity. I support a lot of churches. I don't make announcements, but I support a lot of churches in the construction of churches and so many things. I do a lot. I'm going to make a significant contribution to this church for you to complete this thing. I will help you. I do support a lot of churches as I do. So I will make a contribution for you to continue with the good work that you are doing here. I will do that. One of the things that I have not mentioned in terms of what we have done as a government is the area of digitalization and digital transformation of Ghana. Many people don't understand my passion about digital transformation. I wrote a book 14 years ago before I came into government. At that time I was at Oxford University, and I wrote a book on African development and Ghana's development. And I said in that book that Africa and Ghana should go digital because the global economy is going digital. And if we don't go digital, we are going to be left behind. And I said that digital was the best way to help the poor people. Because in our environment, it's who you know that matters. But if you digitalize things, the computer or the mobile phone cannot ask you for a bribe. You will get it immediately, isn't it? So you can get efficiency, you can reduce corruption if you go digital. and you can solve many problems if you go digital. This is what I wrote in the book 14 years ago, before I became vice president. So when I became vice president, we had a blueprint already, which we had put in our manifesto to digitalize Ghana. And the first thing we said, any country that wants to enter the digital age must have digital identity for its citizens. And this is why we said the Ghana card must be issued to everybody. Many people did not understand it. And they said Dr. Bawumia has abandoned economics and he's now doing digitalization. But without digitalization, there is no economics in this global economy. It's a key part of the economy. So we have done the Ghana card, issued 18 million Ghana cards so far. And that is helping us already, because over 85% of adult Ghanaians now have a unique identity. For the first time in our history, we have a national identity database, which is digital. First time in our history. So today, it's difficult for people to present fake identities. That is the root of corruption. Because if people are corrupt and they can go and change their identity, then you cannot deal with corruption. And so, one of the things we've done with the Ghana card is to use it to eliminate ghost workers on our payroll. You know that ghost workers have one problem. The problem they have is that they don't have fingerprints. So if you want to catch a ghost worker, you ask for your fingerprints. They will not be able to provide. So we said that let us take the Ghana card to the government payroll and link every worker with their Ghana card. When we went to SNIT, we used the Ghana card, we found 29,000 ghost pensions. SNIT, 29,000 ghost pensions. Collecting pay without being pensioned. We saved SNIT 400 million Ghana cedis. 400 million Ghana cedis. When we went to National Service Secretariat, we found 44,000 ghost National Service personnel. 44,000. We saved National Service 350 million Ghana cedis. Just two institutions, 750 million Ghana cedis. Now we went to Controller and Accountant General, and we've eliminated all the ghost workers there. So today, because of digitalization, thanks to the Ghana card, we can say with all humility and without fear of any contradiction that we've eliminated ghost workers from the government payroll. This is a problem we had since independence, but we've solved that problem. And today, because everybody has unique identity, and today what we are doing in Ghana is similar to what is done overseas. If a child is born in Ghana today, and you take that child for weigh-in, at the weigh-in, because we've connected the national ID database with the Ghana Health Service database and the births and death registry database. If you take a child who is born in Kom Katamanso today to the hospital, at the way in, they are going to give that child two identities. The Ghana card ID and the birth certificate ID at the same time. At the same time. There's no country in Africa that does this. No country in Africa. And I want to tell you that we have gone and we have registered the Ghana card with the International Civil Aviation Organization in Montreal, Canada. It has gone through all the steps and it has passed. And so the Ghana card is recognized today in 44,000 airports and border points in the world. 44,000. So today, if you are outside Ghana and your passport is missing, even if it is not missing, if you are in China, America, UK, Germany, Japan, Saudi Arabia, anywhere, and your passport is missing and you want to come back to Ghana, you can take your Ghana card, board a plane, and come back to Ghana. We are the only country in Africa that can do that. Only country that has gone through that, and our Ghana card is internationally recognized. Today, let us know that the United States of America doesn't have digital identity. They are yet to do the Ghana card as we have done. The UK doesn't have it. The European Union has given all the countries in the EU up to 2030 to issue digital identities to their country. But Ghana, we are already ahead. We are already ahead. Before the end of this year at Kotoka International Airport, we are going to begin what we call the e-gates system. So if you arrive in Kotoka and you have a Ghana card, you don't have to go to immigration anymore. You go to the e-gate, put it there, it will open for you, and you enter Ghana. We are moving this country to a different level. We are moving this country to a different level. We've done many policies. We brought the digital address system. Before, many places in our country had no addresses. But you cannot develop as a country without an address system. So we decided to go digital and brought a digital address system to Ghana. When I said that we will go digital, to have a digital address, many people were mocking the whole idea. They said that it was not possible. And I said, by the grace of God, it is possible. And today, we have implemented a digital address system. There is no house or property on land or on water in Ghana that does not have a digital address. Every place has a digital address. And so you can find every house, you can find every church, you can find every mosque, everywhere has a digital address. And Ghana is only the second country in the whole world to implement a digital address system. The whole world, we are the second country to do so. When we came into office, many Ghanaians did not have a bank account. 70% of Ghanaians did not have a bank account. But you cannot develop a country when people are excluded from the financial system. So when you looked at it, many Ghanaians had a Momo account, mobile money account, but did not have a bank account. But the Momo account was limited because if you had MTN, you couldn't send money to someone with Vodafone or to Airtel, and you couldn't take money from a bank account and put it into a Momo account. So I looked at the situation and we said, look, let us do what we call mobile money interoperability, so that you can send money from one telco to another, from a bank account to a Momo account, from a Momo account to a bank account. But when I said that we would do it, because no country had done it in Africa, people said it was not possible. I said, by the grace of God, it is possible, and we are going to do it. And as it is today, we have done it. We are the first country in Africa to do mobile money interoperability. And today, you can move money from your bank account to your Momo account, from MTN to Telecel to Airtel, Tigo. Even if somebody sends you money from abroad, today it comes onto your mobile phone. You don't need to go to Western Union to queue to get it because of mobile money interoperability. Today, Because of mobile money interoperability, you can take your mobile phone and buy electricity credit. Sitting in your own home, you don't have to go to ECG. Today, even if you are in China, and you call home and they tell you the light is off, we need credit. From China, you can take your mobile phone and buy electricity credit for your home in Ghana. You can take your mobile phone and renew your national health insurance and pay your utility bill. All is because of mobile money interoperability. We are the first country in Africa to do so. Mobile money interoperability, what we are doing, does not exist in the United States. It does not exist in Canada. It does not exist in the UK. But Ghana, we are taking the lead and we have it for our people. You remember, you could go to the hospital and they will tell you that your folder is missing. Do you remember? You get there, the nurse will tell you, or the assistant will tell you that they can't find your folder, isn't it? So when we came, we said, let's digitalize all the health records. Let's put everybody's record in the computer so that the folders cannot get missing anymore. We have digitalized all the records in every teaching hospital, like Kulibu and Konfanochi and so all the teaching hospitals. We have completed. We have digitalized all the records in every regional hospital. We have digitalized all the records in every district hospital. By next year, inshallah, we'll finish with the CHIPS compounds and the polyclinics. So today, if they refer you from Wa, Sefibi also, or Afajato South, or wherever, to Kolebu, you don't need a folder. You will go with your ID number. The doctor in Kolebu will put it into the computer and all your medical records will appear for the doctor. Ghana, we are the only country in Africa that has this system. Only country on the whole continent. And even the advanced countries like America, they don't have this type of system. But we are able, because of digitalization, to do this. We brought drones into Ghana to help us with the remote areas. You can go to the farm and you have a snake bite and you need anti-snake serum immediately. A woman can be giving birth and needs blood immediately. How do you get in remote areas medicines to get there? I had a personal experience in Tambale in 2002. When my father went an operation and they needed blood urgently, we rushed to the blood bank. It was closed. It was in the evening, the night. It was closed. We tried to get the operator, the manager of the blood bank. We couldn't get it throughout the night. By the morning, my father had passed away. So when I heard about a new technology from America, called drones, the zipline drones, that could deliver blood, medicines, vaccines to all remote parts of Ghana and everywhere. I remembered, I said, if this technology was there, my father would still be alive. So I got up and took a team and we went to San Francisco. We went to meet this zipline company and I told them, we need your technology in Ghana. And they agreed and they have come and they've set up 6 medical drone delivery centers. And we are delivering medicines every day to 2,700 hospitals and health facilities across Ghana. Every day. They are flying an average of 100 flights a day. And every flight is saving a life because it's an emergency. And so far, what is very interesting is that the drone centers are all 100% manned by Ghanaians. No foreigners are manning. We insisted that we train the Ghanaians and the Ghanaians will manage it. So we are 100% manned by young Ghanaians. And if you look at where we are today in terms of medical drone delivery in the world, the whole world, Ghana is the leading medical drone delivery service in the whole world. Recently, the US Vice President Kamala Harris, basically gave Ghana, congratulated Ghana for taking leadership in medical drone delivery in the world. And the US is about to start it. The US is about to start it. And we have done it already. So we are bringing all these new technologies to bear. I believe that Ghana should not be intimidated. I believe that it is possible for Ghana to go above the developed countries. We cannot do it. No, we can take the lead. I want us to do better than them. I believe we can. I believe it is possible. And we need a mindset of possibilities for us to be able to do this. One of the things I want to introduce, if God gives me the opportunity to become president of this country, one of the major reforms or transformations I want to bring to Ghana happening in the advanced countries, and look at their system. If you look at livelihoods, it seems easier to so to speak in the advanced countries than in Ghana. Life is harder here in Ghana and in Africa relative to the advanced countries. But why is life harder here? In the advanced countries, they have what is called a credit system. They operate on the basis of a credit system. So if you want to buy a TV, you go and pick it up from the shop and you pay small. After 3 years, you finish paying for your TV. If you want to buy a car, you pick it up and pay small. If you are a church and you want to buy musical equipment, you pick it up and you pay small. But in Ghana, everything we want to do is cash down. Everything you want is cash. So life is harder. If you are a teacher here or a nurse here, your colleague in America or the UK can consume 10 times the goods that you can consume. Because you have to use your whole salary to go and buy one thing. They will just pay small. So I want Ghana. I want to move Ghana away from the cash system, and we introduce a credit system in Ghana. And this is one thing that I have been working on over the last few years. Why they are able to have a credit system in the advanced countries is that they have what is called credit scoring. Everybody, every individual has a credit score. It's either high or low or medium. But all lenders know what your credit score is. If you are someone who doesn't like paying your bills, your credit score will be very low. But if you are someone who likes to pay on time, your credit score will be very high. So everybody has a credit score. And they are able to do this because everybody has a unique identity number. They can identify you. Everybody has an address. So if you don't pay, the lender knows where to find you. And everybody has a bank account. These are the 3 pillars of a credit scoring system. And this is why in Ghana, and I wrote this in my book 14 years ago, I said Ghana needs to move to this system. We needed a national ID system. We have done it. We have the Ghana card. We needed an address system. We have done it. We have the digital address system. We needed everybody to have a bank account. We have done it through mobile money interoperability. So all the 3 key pillars for a credit scoring system are now in place in Ghana. And so, by the grace of God, Ghana is going to begin credit scoring before the end of this year. We are going to begin credit scoring before the end of this year. Anybody with a Ghana card will have a credit score, and you can build on your credit. And so once we begin the credit scoring, we will be starting to move towards a credit system where we can buy goods. If you are a hairdresser and you finish your training, you can buy your equipment and you pay small. If you are a tailor, you can buy industrial machines and pay small. If you are a driver, you can buy a car and pay small. This is the new system that I'm bringing into Ghana. And I want all of you to understand this. We are moving to a new system, a credit system. And once we do this before the end of this year, Ghana will be the second country in Africa, because South Africa already has a credit scoring system. Ghana will be the second country in Africa with a credit scoring system. It will bring down the cost of living for most of our people, because the pressure is too much. Everything you need cash. That results in corruption, because people are under so much pressure to produce cash to buy things. That gives results in corruption. So we are going to. The second major thing, by the grace of God, if I become president, is that I want to bring in a new solution so that we bring down the cost of electricity in Ghana. To bring down the cost of electricity in Ghana. The reason why our electricity cost is high is because we are importing oil and gas to generate electricity. Oil and gas is also high cost. I want Ghana to take a bold decision. And I'm going to take that decision by the grace of God next year, to move away from oil and gas and to depend on solar power. Solar power that God has given us for free. We are going to depend on solar power to generate electricity. So I'm bringing on 2,000 megawatts of solar power onto the grid. And that will reduce our electricity bills by 50%. Reduction by 50% in the cost of electricity by moving to solar power. The other thing that I want to do is to help businesses. I want to be a government that supports the private sector, to help businesses. So our women business owners, we are bringing a women's trade empowerment fund to provide many women businesses with capital, so that with the money you can do more business and hire more people and create more jobs. So the Women's Trade Empowerment Fund is going to be very, very important. The second thing that I'm going to introduce is a new tax system, a new tax regime for Ghana. As you all know, many businesses have problems with the GRA. Isn't that the case? They can come and lock your shop and you don't even understand how much you are supposed to owe. There's so much conflict. So a few months ago, I got my team to look at which country in the world has the most competitive tax system. The best tax system for individuals and businesses. They did the research and found out that that country with the best tax system was Estonia. So the last 10 years, every year they are number one in tax competitiveness. So I took my team and we went to Estonia. We went and met the president, met the prime minister, finance minister, the tax authorities, to understudy their system. How come they are the best in the world? What is the nature of this system? The system they have is a simple system. Everybody can understand it. It's called a flat tax system. If it's 10%, it's 10% for everybody. Flat tax. So everybody can calculate, whether it's a business or individual, you can calculate how much you owe. It's like the way we pay tithe in church, isn't it? If it's 10%, it's 10% for everybody. Everybody knows the time they owe, isn't it? You don't have to find an accountant to calculate it. So this is the type of tax system I want to bring to Ghana, so that we can stop all the difficulties between businesses and individuals and the GRA, our tax authorities. So when we come into office, by the grace of God, we are going to introduce this new tax system in our first budget. Ghana will be the first country on the continent to move to a flat tax system, a move away from the colonial tax system we've inherited since independence. Now, to be able to begin this, I want all of us to start on a fresh, clean slate. So I'm offering a tax amnesty to all businesses and all individuals, so that everybody will start from zero and we will have a tax amnesty and we will all now comply with the new tax system. So that is very, very, very important. So that is what it means. So GRA tax bills now next year you be trim now Obia share from zero now you call the new tax system with an amnesty. The also said I'm bringing in the flat tax at the ports as well. The ports will also have a flat tax system. So if you are bringing in a container of spare parts, that 40-foot container will know what the tax is. It's 20,000 cedis. It's 20,000 cedis. It's a flat tax. So whenever the container arrives, it's 20,000 cedis. Nobody will tell you exchange rate has changed, this has changed, so pay this. Everybody knows it's a flat tax for everybody. It's a simple tax system. It's a flat tax system that we are bringing. If it's spare parts, you have a flat tax for that. If it's chicken, you have a flat. If it is clothing, you have a flat. Everybody knows. The other thing is that we are bringing in the new law that will tell us that Ghana's import duty for any good cannot be higher than Togo's import duty for the same good. We are benchmarking with our closest competitor, which is Togo. So our import duty cannot exceed Togo. If it exceeds Togo, you see smuggling going in through Togo into Ghana. We are going to stop the smuggling, and we are going to make sure we benchmark against Togo, and ours will be the same or lower than Togo. So we have a flat tax duty at the ports, but we cannot be higher than Togo. That is how we are going to change the system. The other thing I want to do is to bring the chiefs closer to government. I think that if you look at our history since independence, we have tried to govern this country by putting the chiefs aside. It has been a big mistake. I want to change that. I want to govern this country, bringing the chiefs closer to government. I want to amend Section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act to give more powers to the chiefs. There are so many cases that can be resolved at the palaces, but they end up in court, clogging the court system. I'm going to change that. I'll bring the chiefs more into government. And I'm going to make sure that we empower and resource the palaces. One of the key issues that is there is that at the moment, government only pays allowances to paramount chiefs, and it is not much. Just 1,000 cedis or so a month. It's not much. We are going to change that. We will pay living allowances to paramount chiefs, to queen mothers, and to divisional chiefs. That is what we are going to do to uplift the chieftaincy institution in Ghana. And we are also going to give incentives and motivation to the churches and the Islamic institutions. The churches and the Islamic institutions, they help Ghana so much. If you look at the schools they build, if you look at the hospitals they build, if you take them out of Ghana, Ghana will collapse. If you look at their experience in enhancing discipline in our schools, we are losing it. So I want us to give incentives to the churches and the faith-based institutions. Today, if an external development partner wants to come and build a school or hospital in Ghana, we say to them, oh, because you are an external development partner, you have an incentive. You don't pay duty on the goods that you are bringing in to build the school or the equipment for the hospital. Isn't that the case? But if it's a church or an Islamic institution wanting to do the same thing, we say go and pay duty. Isn't it? So I'm changing that. I'm going to reclassify all churches and Islamic institutions as development partners. And you will also not pay duty when you are bringing in these goods to help the country. You've all heard about a lot of conversation going on about LGBTQ+. You've heard about those conversations where men are supposed to be able to marry men and women are supposed to be able to marry women. You've heard about that. That practice will never happen under a Bawumia presidency. It will never happen under a Bawumia presidency. We will never agree. We will not agree. That is not in the Bible. It's not in the Quran. It's not in our tradition. It's not in our culture. It's not in our values. We will protect our country. We will protect our tradition. We will protect our culture. We will protect our values. We will protect our religion. We will never agree, no matter the cost. We will never agree with this practice of LGBT. Whatever. We will never agree to it. That is non-negotiable. We will never agree to it. We want to make sure that persons with disabilities are supported. So under my government, all persons with disabilities will be able to go to tertiary education for free. We are giving free tertiary education to persons with disabilities. Then when they finish, all government recruitment, a percentage is going to be reserved for persons with disabilities so that there is no discrimination against persons with disabilities, so that we can all have access to education. We are going to change the manner of passport application in this country. So for now, to get a passport, you will have to fill the form, attach documents. I've looked at it, and it's cumbersome in a way. But when I look at the form and all the information on the passport form, every piece of information on that form that is being requested is already on the Ghana card. Isn't it? All the information is on the Ghana card. So from next year, inshallah, when I am president, if you want a passport and you have a Ghana card, you don't need to fill a form. You don't need to fill a form. We have your biometrics, we have your picture, we have everything. So all you will do is to give the passport office your Ghana card number and pay the fee. They will print the passport for you, and that will be it. And we will know. For driver's licenses are another issue. Today, the Ghana driver's license is valid for 6 years, but every 2 years we have to go and renew it. And I'm saying that is too burdensome for Ghanaians. We are changing it. From next year, it will be valid for 10 years, and you will renew every 5 years. Every 5 years, you will renew it and it will be valid for 10 years, and we will have it. Taxi drivers came to see me some time ago. Taxi drivers said that their jobs are being killed because you have Uber, Yango, Bolt, and so on, which are digital. So they wanted a digital assistance for the local taxi drivers. So we have been working on it, and by the grace of God, we have completed it. So very soon, I'll be launching a local alternative to Uber, to Yango, to Bolt, but for the local Ghanaian taxi drivers, so that they will also have a digital app. Anybody can call them and they will come and pick them up, like the Uber and the Yango and so on. And I believe it will be cheaper for all Ghanaians. And I'll launch it in a few weeks. We have finished the work on that. For nurses and teachers, you all know that you used to have car import duty waiver, and that was cancelled, isn't it? I'm bringing it back for you. I'm restoring the car import duty waiver. Initially, there was abuse, but the abuse was because we didn't have unique identity. And now we have the Ghana card. There will be no abuse. So we are restoring the car import duty waiver for nurses and for teachers and others. So that is where we are going with all of this that we are doing to make sure the youth, we are going to give you more skills. We're going to make sure the youth are skilled. We are already investing in TVET. We are going to invest in digital skills so that even school dropouts, we can train you in digital skills. We are going to train 1 million youth in digital skills, and they can stay here in Bawumia and be working in the UK, in the US, in Australia, in Canada, in Germany, in Japan, right from here, because they have digital skills that they are going to use in doing all of this. I want to touch on the issue of Galamsey because both Pastor and Imam, you both touched on it. And I believe that it's a very important issue. Very, very important issue. We have to protect our environment. We have to protect our water bodies. We have, in my manifesto, we have detailed a very elaborate plan in tackling the Galamsey menace. One of the issues that I look at when we look at Galamsey is that it's like corruption in a way, because we have always focused on our solutions on after the destruction happens, not preventing the destruction. You see what I mean? We are trying to always chase people, but we are not trying to prevent it happening in the first place. So one needs to look at the whole regime of small-scale mining and sanitize that regime, regularize the regime, make sure that the Geological Survey Authority of Ghana, number one, does the mapping for where all the gold reserves are. At the moment, people are just doing trial and error, destroying our environment. There is no data backing where they go. They just go and dig, they don't find, they go to the next place and start digging, they don't find, they go to the next place. But I want us to set up community mining schemes with certainty from Geological Survey Department that here you have gold. In that case, we can make sure that those who are mining there are regularized. We bring in these gold catcher machines that don't use mercury and make sure that they are not in water bodies. So we direct them and license them into areas so that they do responsible mining, environmentally sustainable mining. That is the way you stop this. But if you don't regulate them, then they will hide to do it. At night, And when they feel people are not watching them, that's where they will go. They will get into the water bodies. But we need to regulate them, and we need to also enforce the laws that are already existent in doing it. But if we can bring them into the formal sector and direct them into particular areas and say, this area, stay here and mine, and we'll be able to monitor what you are doing. But if you don't provide that alternative, they are going to be always trying to play hide and seek with the law enforcement authorities. So I believe that, I always say prevention is better than cure. That should be our attitude. Let's sanitize this sector, let's regulate it, and let's enforce the law. So once they know, if you go here, you get gold, and you are all registered, all of you come with your Ghana card, we register you, we monitor you, we provide you common user facilities, then there's no need to go elsewhere to destroy the environment. And I believe that is a better way for us to deal with this Galamsey menace as we go forward. So, as I bring my remarks to a close, I've already put out my manifesto and elaborating on some of these things. But let us understand that so far, I have not been president before. I am just a vice president. I have not yet become a president. My opponent has been president before. I have been a vice president. But if you look at my body of work, the work that I have done as a vice president, it's a significant body of work. People will tell you that the Ghana card has been done, digital address system has been done, mobile money interoperability has been done, the drones have been done, e-health has been done, Agenda 111 has been done. One constituency, one ambulance has been done. Zongo Development Fund has been done. Gold for oil has been done. Sino-Hydro road projects have been done. We have done a Gulf e-pharmacy. I have 33 different policies that I have championed as vice president. So I have a body of work, and a lot of people say that if you look at all the vice presidents who have come into Ghana since independence, you will not find a vice president who has worked and delivered more than Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. That is the general assessment. So it means that when it comes to the work of the vice president, I've passed the exam. So promote me to go and become the president of the Republic of Ghana. I have passed. So promote me. Let me go and become the president of the Republic of Ghana. Give me the steer. Move fast steer, no. Move fast steer, no. Move fast steer, no. So, this campaign, as you heard me say, this campaign is about ideas. You come and you tell the people what you can do for them, what you want to do for them. I don't come to insult anybody. I don't, as a matter of my campaign, I don't insult people. I just tell people what I can do and what I have done. And I leave the decision to you. You are discerning. You know what is good for this country. So you will make the decision. I don't insult. But what I will say, which is true, is that because I have not been president before, if you vote for me, you are going to get a brand new tear rubber president. You are going to get a brand new tear rubber president who is going to come with new ideas and new solutions, new innovations. That is what you will get if you vote for Dr. Bawumia. And therefore everybody you will have a brand new chair of a president. If you vote for my opponent, you know he can only come for 4 years. That will be bye-bye. He won't come back to own Kantamaso to account for what he has done. Because he's gone. He will go for another election. With me, I will come back, isn't it? In our account. And you ask me, the water, how far? The roads, how far? Isn't it? But I know I will come. So I'm going to work hard to make sure you have water, make sure you have roads, so that when I come, the question will not arise. But if you vote for my opponent, he has no accountability. With me, you get accountability. I'll be back here. I'll work hard to earn your trust and to earn your support. So I want you to look at it. With me, you have a brand new tier of president. But if you vote for my opponent, the former president, then you have a second-hand president. Isn't it? A brand new president versus a second-hand president. Which one do you want? Brand new or second-hand? Brand new or second-hand? It is brand new. Let's vote for William Ofosu Asante. Let's have him as our brand new member of parliament for Paul Katamansu. Vote for Dr. Bawumia. Vote for William Ofosu Asante. Let us come and help develop Ghana and move Ghana to a different level. Thank you so much and thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, the Vice President and the President-to-be 2025. Truly, this is a message that touches on every sector with no insults. With no insults. This is a message that will not tell imams, our chiefs, our pastors that they are hypocrites. Is respectable, truly is humble. Our plea to our opinion leaders gathered, we know your influence, we know the number of people that you carry along. We are pleading with you. We are pleading with you. One last can you hear upon your toy? One more time. Can you find a bear me? But we need if you will feel in a certain there is family, one by the fight, well, I can hear the beer cannot be upon the tree. Then you want to say, I'm upon the tree. It should be. It's okay, 1 year and probably get on down. You best say, I saw for Yanisa would not put him to us one. I'm on 40. The beer book, cousin, I'm on 40. At the say, I had it when he said. The Bialetron there was said to Pare a deal. The Slam said on the podium, Munquadano, Omtium, Mumbano, Omtium. I was saying, I can't Pare, oh, Kuima. The Slam said, a Jumano, the Akaladia, a Jinamus. Our imams, our Zambo chiefs, a Jinamusu. All the other institutions, that is, a Jumay.